Oron local government to benefit from ongoing road construction projects across Akwa Ibom. Monthly women prayer, wife of governor task on dedication to divine service. As 35th anniversary celebration of Akbc Television Chapel continues, veterans, friends visit. Operators of minibuses in Uyo appeal to government, security operatives to check activities of fraudsters. Details of these and other stories in a moment. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I am Akaniene Ukpong. We however apologize for coming to you behind schedule. We had some technical hitches here. Welcome to the news at 8. Our local government area is to also benefit from the ongoing roads construction across the state. Governor Omoino, during the flag off of the two roads, Ukpong and Efyong Ezang Street in the Yobasi community, said he is committed to improving the lives of rural dwellers by providing good road networks as promised during his electioneering. A Government House reporter, Patience John, tells us more.
The construction of the 2.1 kilometer Ukpong Street and 2.1 kilometer Efyong Street with 800 meters of discharge drain in Oron local government area, according to Governor Moino, is one way of taking governance to the grassroots, improving the socio-economic status as well as meeting the yearnings of the people.
So today we are flagging off the project that was approved by funding the project and ensuring that the contractor gets to site so that the people of this community will have full benefit of democracy. And then we will come back. The contractor has told me January he will finish. There are many more things to do in Akwa Ibom, and we will keep trying to ensure that we meet the yearning of our people in the rural communities.
Expressing gratitude of her people to the governor's goodwill, the Deputy Governor, Senator Akon Eyagenyi, thanked the governor for bringing development to the area.
Your Excellency, the road opens to the 100 housing unit, the federal government estate that houses so many families. So it's a very significant road. And then it also opens up to the college road via Maritime Academy. That's the significance of that road, that we are very grateful that God will bless you.
Giving an overview of the road projects, the Commissioner for Works and Fire Service, Professor Noibanga, spoke on the technicalities of the road contract and what it will achieve on completion.
We have two roads. Both roads at the end of construction will be 8 meters wide with drains throughout the two roads. And Your Excellency, because of the nature of the road and the erosion in the area, we have 800-meter outfall drain. Because when you look at this terrain, all the rainfall and water, we have to channel it so that we can curb the erosion and the menace in this area.
Other speakers included the chairman of Oron local government area, Mr. Efyong Ubaulo, member representing Oron Udunguko State constituency, Mr. Martins Essen, President Oro Union Bishop Etmante, the youth leader Yobasi community, Mr. Bright Afarakan, appreciated the state government for considering the two roads, which they described as significant to the development of the area.
Government carrying the Oro people along. Your Excellency, barely after 2 months of your administration, very young administration, you are here in order to flag off the construction of a road that was in a deplorable condition for over 2 decades. The road that will bring succor to the Oro people. Your Excellency, thank you very much.
Your Excellency, I want to thank you for inclusivity. I want to thank you for this level of turnover. Your Excellency, this is your second visit to this constituency in 3 days, and it is unprecedented. Your Excellency, I also want to thank you because today you are 87 days in office as governor, and in all the places you have littered your projects, you have deemed it fit to also locate projects in Oron local government. 4.2 kilometer length of road in Oron local government. Your Excellency, we are so grateful.
More roads flag-off are expected in the state as part of the development drive of the Umoino administration. Patience John, Akbc News.
Members of the All Progressives Congress in Abak local government area have rolled out the drums to celebrate their son and member representing Abak at Temekuika Federal Constituency, Mr. Clement Jimbo. At the event, Mr. Jimbo was declared the APC political leader in Abak.
Addressing the gathering, the chapter secretary of APC in Abak, Mr. Augustine Anthony, said the event was to celebrate their own who is representing them in the Green Chambers, expressing the hope that his reign in the National Assembly will benefit his kindred.
It's my belief, and I know that many people will put behind the order. You will streamline the leadership, you will show up the direction, and we will follow. We are not going to follow it blindly. So when God has produced somebody through your mandate,
the chairman on the occasion, Barrister Imoimo, saluted the stakeholders of APC in Abak for celebrating their son, appealing for them to support him with good advice for effective representation. He enjoined the federal lawmaker to always touch the lives of his constituents, knowing that they voted him into power. Responding, the member representing Abak Temekuika in the House of Representatives, Mr. Clement Jimbo, appreciated his people for the love shown him and sued for their continual support, promising not to disappoint them.
I stand here to announce publicly that in 2023 Appropriation Act gave my see the I have, by the grace of God, secured all of them. That is what I will promise you I will discharge every single day. I find myself in the Green Chamber. We have 70 constituents from above Ikaimepo that we benefit.
Some members of the party gave goodwill messages.
I could have asked for a word, there is some more politics coming. So I got a common opportunity. You know, giving people support. Clement has proven to me as a person that he's ready to represent the people of America.
Members represent about Temekuika. Then come on, man, you're going to be president. I'm going to get everybody. After I go on, what is achieved so far. Federal House. In a very short notice, it is supported by them.
High point of the celebration was the unanimous adoption of Clement Jimbo as the leader of the party in Abak by members of APC.
As part of activities for the celebration of the Akbc Television Chapel at 35, the Commissioner for Information, Comrade Ini Ememebong, also stopped by the television newsroom to identify with the family. He was represented by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Information, Akbarawa James Edek. Here are the sides and sounds of the brief but remarkable visit.
So I came on behalf of the Ministry of Information and Strategy. The Commissioner would have been here, of course, you know, the NIPR election is ongoing at the moment in Abuja, and is one of the council members. So we came to congratulate the great Akbc Television Chapel of the NUJ for attaining 35 years of existence. It is on record that this newsroom, this chapel of the NUJ, has achieved a lot of milestone. I'm aware that my professional mother comes from Mana, and a few other people from this chapel were those who midwife in NUJ in Akwa Ibom State. And when you look at the remarkable achievements that the NUJ has achieved in Akwa Ibom State, there is no way you can underestimate what this place stands for. First and foremost, this is my family. I will belong here. There's nothing that would have happened here I would not be not to come.
Thank you so much for coming to felicitate with us on this milestone celebration. Our anniversary would have been incomplete if you had not come to identify with us, because I do know that if the commissioner was in town, he would have been here personally. We appreciate your coming. Just when we thought we were done with the homecomings, you have come to put the icing on the cake.
And still to come on the news, South Zone of National Insurance Commission for sensitization for NURTW members in EU. Algeria, Egypt move against military intervention in Niger coup. These and more when we return. Stay with us.
Now available in new flavors.
The South Zone of the National Insurance Commission has organized a one-day sensitization and awareness workshop on the enforcement of compulsory third-party motor insurance. The sensitization, which was for members of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, NURTW, and all vehicle owners, was held at Itam Central Park. Juliet Richard reports.
Addressing the National Road Transport Workers and Vehicle Owners, the Zonal Coordinator South Zone of the National Insurance Commission, Madam Belema Daka, said the thrust of the exercise is to enlighten and educate them on the importance of the compulsory third-party motor insurance policy. She said with just 15,000 premium registration, one is entitled to 3 million naira benefit with the assurance of insurance coverage in terms of accidents or emergency. She called on all drivers in Akwa Ibom to make good use of the opportunity to register and enjoy the benefits.
We are here this morning actually to talk to you about the benefits and the rights of the third-party insurance policy. To let you know that all these policies have their benefits. If you buy a third-party insurance for your vehicle, there are benefits.
In affirmation, the Commissioner for Insurance, National Insurance Commission, represented by the Director, Communications and Markets Development, Mr. Salami Razak, said the third-party insurance is mandatory by law for all drivers, as accident victims or anyone involved in a road crash will get 3 million naira benefits and more.
So with 50,000 naira premium that you pay, you stand the chance of benefiting 3 million naira and more when you have a third-party motor insurance policy that is genuine. It means when you have a misfortune, you hit another vehicle, you hit a passerby, you hit a pole, an electric pole, which is government owned, because money will have to be spent to replace that pole. But when you have the third-party motor insurance, the insurance will take care of all these things. They will.
Responding, the Itu branch chairman of National Union of Road Transport Workers in charge of Itam Central Motor Park, Elder Timothy Udo, thanked the National Insurance Commission team for the awareness, adding that it will be of help to drivers operating in the Central Motor Park.
In fact, what we are told today, especially on the insurance of our vehicles, the third-party insurance that we have been doing, we normally, whenever we move to the Board of Internal Revenue, they will give us everything we need, including insurance. But today they have made us to know and hear very, very well that the insurance policy that they give us through the Board of Internal Revenue are fake ones. That we must always go to insurance brokers or insurance companies directly to get our vehicles insured.
Juliet Richard, Akbc News.
The wife of the state governor, Pastor Patience Umono, says God's blessings and divine provision can be activated through dedication, faith, and prayers. Pastor Patience stated this at the 3rd edition of the State Women Monthly Prayer Project held at the banquet hall of the Government House, Uyo. It had the theme, God, a Provider. Margaret Bassey takes the story from here.
Pastor Patience Eno, while thanking God for sustaining the monthly prayer meeting, noted that when women gather in one accord to pray, God honors their prayers. Pastor Eno reiterated that God has provided protection, blessings, encouragement, hope, and opportunities to all, urging the congregants to trust God and obey His commands in order to access His numerous blessings. The First Lady said God's blessings, which come in diverse ways, require a heart of gratitude to attract more.
First of all, I give Him all the times glory and praise for what He has done. Today's prayer is the 3rd of its kind since we started this administration. God has shown Himself faithful. And glory be unto His name in Jesus' name. God hears the prayers of women more. Even in my economic secretary, it's God of us. Amen. And so I greet all of you.
In a sermon, Bishop Enoboinsin assured the women that the same God that provided for Abraham, Jacob, widow of Seraphite, and the children of Israel is always providing for His elects. Bishop Essien mentioned secrets to experiencing supernatural provision to include total obedience, trusting in God, following divine instructions, and giving one's substance.
We are talking about God, our provider. There are some principles we must know and we must practice. Except to do something, because in the kingdom, I keep on talking about principles. We don't just worship and pray like that. There are things we must do. Now we want to look into example of people God provided for. You are number 1. Hallelujah.
Praises, worship, thanksgiving, and hymns were offered at the service, which also featured intercessory prayers for the state, her growth, and Akwa Ibom people. point of the event was the cutting of the birthday cake for a member of the first family, Mrs. Helen Obariki, flanked by her husband, mother, and other top government functionaries, including the state deputy governor, Senator Akon Eyanyi. Other August 24th celebrators joined in the cake cutting ceremonies. Mrs. Helen Obariki and husband thank God for the gift of life and his supernatural provision.
I want to thank all the women, everybody, the husband, my husband. I want to thank my mom, my family. Thank you so much for celebrating me, and I pray that celebrations will never cease from your lives in Jesus' name.
She's my wife. She's a sweet soul. And when we met many years ago, she's been wonderful, she's been supporting, and she's a good wife material. I wish her many, many more years to come.
Margaret Bassey, Akbc News.
The chairman, Minibuses Akwa State Chapter, Elder Matthew Osukwo, has appealed to the state government, security agencies, and relevant authorities to urgently look into the activities of hoodlums who use minibuses to dispossess unsuspecting members of the public of their belongings and cash. Elder Matthew, who made the call while interacting with Akbc News, said the appeal became necessary due to a series of complaints and calls on the daily criminal activities of these unscrupulous elements who sometimes disguise as passengers to rob drivers and innocent commuters.
The minibus chairman, Elder Matthew Osukwo, said the increase of robbery in minibuses, who usually operate without the biometric number provided by government to all minibuses, has become worrisome, as they are now operating in broad daylight unabated. Elder Matthew also called on government to ensure that every minibus has its biometric number boldly written on the back of the bus, as those unscrupulous elements have formed the habit of removing their plate numbers, thereby making it difficult to identify them and the buses used for such crimes. He urged the police to begin the process of stop and search in all minibuses to fish out those criminals disguising themselves as passengers to dispose innocent people of their valuables.
We are here to open up and let the government know what has been going on. Most of these things, crimes that has been going on in the midst of our operation, activities of the miscreants that has been parading themselves as union people, parading themselves as transporters, extorting money from drivers. We are going to bring it open, make it open before the government of the day. Let them know that.
On the issue of street trading on Ikorekpene Road by Unoyo roundabout, Elder Matthew called on relevant authority to look into the situation, as trading on the roadside has obstructed free flow of traffic, while pledging the support and loyalty of the drivers to the Moino-led administration.
We are working with the government of the day, making sure every instructions of the government is carried out duly. So, as we are here, I want you to open up, talk to the government, let them know that we are with them, and in the area that we need government intervention, please, let's pick up.
Some of the minibus drivers recount their experiences with hoodlums and called on government to check activities of hoodlums on Ikorekpene Road, Ibom Plaza, Ikpa Road, with the aim of putting a stop to their criminal activities.
Instead of anti-touty, more concentrate, other places, give me the exactly place more better. The anti-touty to stop them more. But I'm not doing mini boss me this down service.
So many can come about again, an anointed man that is coming to rescue, especially the drivers. Because for so many years, Ibakufan, we have been in bondage. And each leader that comes promise to stand by us.
Governor, Umo, Ibumbo, Papa, thinking me go, Eboka no moto, Yarabasi, young me, Imibabasi, Yaram, you're 3 minutes, I'm an animal. Ibabu fund the Gemuto is okay one, so Ibe Bumbo, your government, it's no woman on you.
Algeria and Egypt have moved against military intervention in Niger Republic, insisting that dialogue remains the best option out of the current political crisis in that country. Recall that the West African leaders had, in the aftermath of the coup that toppled President Mohamed Bazoum, threatened to embark on military intervention in the Sahel country should the coup led by General Abdurrahman Chiani fail to restore democracy in the country and the ousted president to power. Oppositions to military option have also come from prominent individuals and groups in Nigeria who are also advocating dialogue to resolve the crisis in Niger. They contended that any military operation in the country could create problems for Nigeria, being its closest neighbor. To find a solution to the lingering problem, the Algerian President Abdelmadjid Tebboune has dispatched the Foreign Minister Ahmed Attaf to Nigeria, Benin Republic, and Ghana. A two-story plaza located in Lagos Street, Gariki district, in the nation's capital, Abuja, has collapsed. It is reported that the building collapsed late Wednesday night amidst heavy downpour. So far, 37 people have been rescued, with 2 of them fatally injured, according to emergency officials. Reports have it that rescue operations had been slow over the night as there was no immediate access to the excavator and rescue efforts were purely manual. Confirming the development, the Director General FCT Emergency Management Agency, Dr. Abbas Idris, said 37 persons had so far been rescued at the scene of the collapsed structure. He said the victims have been evacuated to various medical facilities in Abuja, while others are reportedly still under the rubble. The DG commended the efforts of all stakeholders working hard manually to rescue trapped persons, including members of the community. And that's our package this evening, but before we go, a quick look at the top stories. Our local government areas to benefit from the ongoing road construction across the state. Governor Moino, during the flag off of 2 roads, Ukbong and Efyong-Ezang Street in the Yobasi community, said he is committed to improving the lives of rural dwellers by providing good road networks as promised during his electioneering. He also told you that the wife of the state governor, Pastor Patience Moino, says God's blessings and divine provision can be activated through dedication, faith, and prayers. Pastor Patience stated this at the 3rd edition of the State Women Monthly Prayer Project held at the banquet hall of the Government House. It had the theme, God, our provider. Thanks so much for watching, and good night.